My 26F boyfriend, 28M, often talks to me like I annoy him. Not sure what to make of it. My boyfriend will often answer a question I have in a really annoyed voice. For example, last night he was watching something on his laptop, and I said, "Are you pirating that? I didn't see it on Netflix." And in a really annoyed voice he replied, "Yes, of course I'm pirating it." I told him I don't like the way he's been talking to me recently, and he apologized. However, he did it again this morning. I support him financially almost 100%. He lives rent-free in an apartment I own and pay 100% of the mortgage on. I don't understand why he speaks to me this way when I do so much for him both emotionally and financially. It's getting to the point where I enjoy when he's gone more than I enjoy his presence. I think there's a bit of sunken cost fallacy involved on my part. We also do have fun times together. However, I just feel he doesn't respect me or even like me anymore. Imagine a friend came to you asking for advice about this situation. What would you say to the friend? He doesn't respect you, but he loves being provided for. You're happier when you're not around him. That's not an even trade for the upsides of having fun times. Cut your losses while you're young and dump this man-child. He has contempt for you because you do everything for him, like a teen who hates his mom. I'm not understanding why in the world you're supporting this man. Why is he not pulling his weight? Why are you putting up with this? Is this the same boyfriend from your last post? 'Cause if it is, girl, it's horrifying how badly he treats you. Please treat yourself better and leave this POS. Your take on the situation is correct. He doesn't respect or like you anymore. He of course enjoys the upside, which is free room and board and expenses paid, free sex and a companion, etc. How much longer will you allow him to take advantage of you? You do too much for him. He doesn't respect you at all because of it. My M36, Russian girlfriend 32F, won't let me meet her family. Russian girlfriend, possible red flag? I, male 36, have been dating a girl, 32 years old, from Russia for the last 18 months. I come from Latin America, where family plays a big role in life, and introducing them to your significant other is a big step when things get serious. I introduced my parents to her believing the time is right. But even though time has passed and her folks have visited couple of times, I haven't met them. She claims that in Russia this is common, as you only meet parents when things get really serious. She argues that this means to get married. Is it a red flag? May she be hiding something? She comes from St. Petersburg, if it helps. I'm Russian, and that's not true. Several months is usually enough for people to introduce their significant other to their families. Unless her family is strongly opinionated about something. For example, average Russians are pretty racist, sadly. That might be the case. Or not. What is her relationship with her family? Is it good? What are her parents doing for the living? I ain't Russian, but does her family know you exist? Sounds like you definitely shouldn't be Russian into getting married. As a Russian, that is bullshit. Her parents are probably racist. Would be pretty common in Russia vis-a-vis Latin Americans. Might not be a deal breaker, but something to take into account. It sounds like you two just have different thresholds for what serious means with regards to meeting family. Like I'm Mexican dude, and the amount of boyfriends/girlfriends of cousins I've met at parties are plenty. They don't always last. If that's the only issue with the relationship, so far then I wouldn't stress over it too much. Plus there's always the chance that maybe her family isn't the kindest to meeting her partners, so it might also be to avoid a headache. Latin Americans aren't usually the most well-liked by white Europeans too, so there's that. How do I, 29F, break up with my boyfriend, 32M, because I know he's just not the one? I have been dating this guy for a few months now, and truly he's great. He's so nice, always thinks about my needs, and constantly affirms me. Probably one of the better boyfriends that I've had. But I just don't like him like I should. He doesn't give me the warm fuzzies. I find myself pulling away from spending time with him, and I get so irritated by the littlest things with him. We frequently have stupid little miscommunications that blow up into unnecessary disagreements. He constantly wants deep and intense conversations when I need a chance to decompress sometimes, and sometimes he just gives me the damn ick. I feel like a monster feeling this way about such a good guy, and I've tried my hardest to be patient and kind and hope the feelings grow, but they aren't. He's now heavily hinting about being in love and talking about forever. I know I need to rip the band-aid off, for both of our sakes, but ugh hi. It's so much easier to walk away when they've given you a reason to be mad, and I hate having to be the bad guy and break his heart. Any advice? I feel like a monster feeling this way. Girl, settle down. The point of dating is to assess compatibility. A lot of people aren't long-term compatible with a lot of other people. He'll be sad and he'll be fine. You don't have to find a reason that one of you is a bad person to break up. The relationship has run its course, and you don't see a future with him. There is no need to say anything else. It has only been a few months, so breaking up shouldn't be too hard. Just let him know that you don't feel the connection. If he does not accept that, let him know that you have way too many disagreements for this early in a relationship, and you need to walk away from that. I would not remain friends with him, but would break 100% free. It doesn't make you a bad person to break up with him. You are going both of yourselves an opportunity to be happy. Just tell him you are at a point where you don't think the relationship is working for you. Tell him the truth that he's a great guy, but you just not feeling that he's the one for you. Use your words. I don't feel the same for you that you seem to feel for me. I've appreciated our time together, but I just don't feel right about continuing. You deserve someone who feels the same way you do.